Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Jazz After Dark. Y'all looking good out there. Tonight, I hope you have a drink. You ready to come hang out with me? I am here and enjoying. Well, I haven't had a chance to do any research on this one, by the way. But this is Steward. The maker is Steward. And it's Nova. Yeah, I don't know much about this one, but it says it's awfully fruity. Tropical fruits, red berries, spicy. It's like they know who I am here. So Stewart is the company there. Nova single malt whiskey, 41% alcohol by volume there. Fruity, huh? Yeah, it's fruity. I'll give you that. I don't know that it's on the cherry side, by the way. Yeah. All right. I don't mean to sound fancy here, but tastes a little young. You know what I mean? Very fruity, by the way, especially as you roll out the end there. Let the air kind of catch your tongue. That's certainly fruity. Little medication-y, you know? I don't know. It's not hitting me. There's not a lot of spice in there. But, yeah. I don't know on that one. I'm going to say 77. I don't want to give it over an 80 there. I'm going to say 77 for that one because that is, not my favorite. Doesn't rank up there at the top, but if you like a light fruit, light flavor, little, just kind of getting yourself used to the spicy side of these whiskeys, then that would be the one for you. I like a little more, get in there and get you. All right, hey, I won't take a lot of your time. I know a lot of you could care less what I think about the flavor of a whiskey, but the goal of these classes is just to hang out, learn something new. Tonight I have a freebie for you, but learn something, get a takeaway. If I say one thing that causes you to at least just ask a question that takes you down a path that may result in saving a little extra money or getting a little bit of an extra advantage there, then that's what I'm trying to do, right? And so what we're talking about today, I'm going fancy with the iPad here. We're talking about saving for retirement, and then because it's kind of the end and the beginning of the year here, trying to get a tax break on that. Let's kill two birds with one stone. We all know you put money in a 401k, you get a little deduction, it's fine. But now that the clock is ticking and we're starting a new year, well, let's be more efficient with it. Let's just not save money for the sake of, I have to save for retirement. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do is say, as long as you stay watching with me, you go to jazzwealth.com/2023, right? So 2023, just the number 2023. If you take a look at that, you can actually have a list of numbers that Eric put together for you of everything you need to know in 2023. So step number one, the first thing I'm going to actually start with is the idea of having contributions to a 401k or a traditional IRA and getting the tax break for that. Why do you put money in a traditional IRA? Why do you put money in a 401k? Can you answer that question? Like, why does each dollar go in there? For you in particular, like some people may end up with 5,000, some may end up with 9,000. Why is it that you actually have that number sitting in your 401k or your IRA? This is the year that you think differently about it. And by now, you've hopefully downloaded or you got the email that shows you the files there. I'm going to go over here and show you what you're going to be getting in the mail. Let us take this a little bit of a step further here. If you, and look over here for the moment. This is, come on, right in here. So here's the income tax brackets. First thing you'll see on this page here. So married filing jointly, you got 22% tax bracket, 24% tax bracket. And so let's pretend for a moment that you make $100,000 as a family. Okay? This is what I mean by taking one extra step. Figure out where you're at with your income. If I use $100,000, that means that from $89,451 to $100,000, those dollars, let's just say it's $10,000, $10,550, those dollars actually get taxed at a 22% rate. So if I put 10% of my income into a 401k. I don't know if that's a lot for you or not, but if you put 10% in there, a little bit more, then you're actually getting yourself to be fully taxed almost at 12%. Means your effective tax rate is going to be under 12%, right? So $100,000 income, putting money in your 401k to bring your total reportable income down to $89,450 or less means you just saved 10% on every dollar that you contributed to your 401k. Remember a second ago when I asked you, why are you putting that many dollars in your 401k, your IRA? What are you doing? If you answered that, you can stop. Game's over. You don't need me anymore, right? You're thinking at that extra level, and it's time to move on to building wealth and everything else that I can help you with. But you don't need that focus on retirement. And if you didn't think that through, please go get, I promise you, we won't sell your email address. We take that very seriously here. You're welcome to just have this. But if you didn't think of it like that, go play that game. What if your income's, $90,000? Okay, you could use an IRA, a traditional IRA. You don't need, maybe you don't have a 401k at work. You save just a few dollars there, and all of a sudden you're under the 12, or you're in the 12% bracket, meaning your effective tax rate's not going to be 12%. I mean, is that fair? If at the end of the year, if you play the game kind of correctly there and you get your income down, if your effective tax rate's like 9.9%, it's like, okay, here, take the 9%, that's fine. But if you're not playing that game and you get up in here and you go, this stinks, man. I made $100,000. I tried to put it all in a Roth, and it turns out my effective tax rate's 15%, or I don't know, I can't guess the number. But if you do that, now you feel a little bit cheated, don't you? I do. I feel like, let's legally get that number down as far as we can. I like being members of this Flaviar Club. I like trying this, even if it's not my favorite. I like having the ability to do that. And it didn't require me to save every penny for retirement. And you can use our retirement planner. If you're one of our clients, it's now on your portal. So you can actually go through and figure out exactly how much to save. That's one piece of it. Taking that extra step and going a little bit further to make sure that you're using the right dollars. Let's pretend you need to save $12,000 for retirement. Did we not just figure out that about $1,500 could technically go in a Roth? Right? So in the example, the $100,000 of income there, we got our income, we got 10% into our 401k. We got our tax bracket down to the top tier of 12%. I mean, if you've got a ways until retirement and you're putting $1,500 in a Roth because you can and you want to save a little bit more, then okay, that's fine. Pay the 12% on the tax, especially if you have more than a couple years until retirement, you're going to be just fine. So we're playing that. See what the game I'm trying to play here is? And I haven't figured out the exact words to use to drive my point home. You see how each night, selfishly, I wear the sweater. I'm trying to make it look like, you come check us out at Jazz, but I'm also practicing. How do I use the words that make you go, bing? Yep, I need to do that. I don't know what he's talking about, but I need to go do that, right? So step number one, we're not just going to spend 2023 putting money away because you saw, using like our retirement planner or something, you saw how much you need to save. Ask one extra question. Take it one step further there to make sure you're really kicking there, right? That was pretty much all I had there. I'll just add to it the HSA. This is non-biased. We don't have HSAs. We help you with them, of course, but this doesn't benefit us in any way. An HSA has got to be considered in 2023 if you're eligible. So we've done lots of videos on HSAs, but when you put money into that, you are also effectively bringing down that federal taxable income. I haven't touched the states yet, but that effectively is bringing you down. So let's pretend you made $110,000 and you can't contribute anymore to your 401k. But you have some expenses in the medical field coming up here, and so you want to save some money on HSA. Or 2 years from now, you're going to have to get something taken care of. I don't know how but keep it to yourself. I don't do medical stuff. It weirds me out. But you could use an HSA to reduce your income, get your effective tax rate down to that 12%, effective tax rate down under 12%, and actually put money away that you could then reimburse yourself for that doesn't have to go towards that medical expense. So just think one extra step further. You know what I mean? Can you find somebody? If it's me, that's great. Of course, I'm here. This is marketing. We want you to remember Jazz Wealth and all that great stuff. But if you could be selfish for a moment and say, I don't need Jazz Wealth. I don't need an advisor. Who do you need? Who's thinking like this? Is it me? Do you just keep watching? Or do you know somebody in your family that's always seems to like got some little way that they're looking at something? Okay, go use them. Ask them questions. Don't be scared about it. Tell them your income. Tell them your salary, right? Tell them your expenses, your debts. Don't be scared to tell people about your dollars there. I had a couple of clients ask a question about on me and Eric's podcast there. We talked about each putting 92% of our income away in a 401k. And the client was like, you say I can ask you any question, right? Tell me how you got to that. That doesn't make any sense to me, how you can actually do that. So is there other income we need to factor in? Like, he's like, break it down for me. And, there really wasn't any trick in this case, but I did break it down for him. Don't be afraid to talk about money. You don't have as much as somebody else, and you certainly have more than others. Stop measuring ourselves based on money, right? You have a goal, let's hit the goal. I have a client that's doing that thing where you go in a boat and you somehow go around the coast and then somehow you cut through the middle of the United States. I would never do that. I have zero interest in doing that. I will fly over it, but I have zero interest in doing that. But that's their goal. Are they millionaires and quadrillionaires and all that? No, but that's what their goal is. We got to work with that goal. I don't care if they have more money than me or I have more money than them. Let's think about it that way, right? Anyways, I will wish you a good rest of your evening there. You can see, somebody asked me, they're like, you record this during the day, man. I didn't pull it back all the way, but that's the window. And no, I didn't put black paper on it. This is genuinely at night. If you want to know the exact time, it is 10:17 p.m. when we're recording this. And I hope you're enjoying it. I know I ramble sometimes, but it helps. It helps. You enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of your drink. And we'll probably be back tomorrow to do this again. We're getting into the holidays and stuff, so we may slow down just a little bit. But if we're around, I'll see you then. If not, efficiency. Your New Year's resolution is not to go to the gym. It is not to do anything of that weird, I'm going to eat better. Okay, you can try, but it doesn't work, right? New Year's resolution, just one word, efficiency, right? And you can add in efficiency with your dough or something, but let's think of it that way. You're going to need it. You can already see you're going to need it in 2023. I'll be here and happy to help. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.